This is Toledo Symphony Lab, a behind-the-scenes look at the world of classical music from WGTE Public Media and your Toledo Symphony. I'm Brad Cresswell, and joining me today in the studio are the Toledo Symphony's. Well, you know, each of you have been here before, so why don't you just go around the table and introduce yourselves? So we'll start with you, Rachel.
Okay, so I am Rachel, and I am the Vice President of Education and Community Engagement for the Toledo Alliance for the Performing Arts, home of the Toledo Symphony and the Toledo Ballet.
Excellent. Now tell us something about yourself that we don't know.
I think you know everything about me by this point.
Yay! Natalie, you're up.
I'm Natalie. I am the Director of Business Operations for Education for TAPA, which includes the School of Music and the School of Dance, Toledo Ballet.
Yay! Alain, you have to introduce yourself.
Well, I am Alain Trudel. I'm the conductor of the orchestra, music director of the orchestra and the jazz orchestra, and whatever's needed. And I've been practicing, as you can hear.
Totally. And Vanessa, how about you?
I'm Vanessa, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Operations for TAPA.
Wonderful. And on the phone, we have a special guest who's been here before in person, but they're out of town right now. So I do have a little bit of a fanfare for you.
I like
very
that
short
version.
Yeah, that's like the Nutcracker in 12 seconds right there. I'm talking about our phone guest, Eric Otto, who, of course, is the new head of Toledo Ballet. Eric, you're on the phone still?
I am here.
You didn't run away when you heard a little snippet of Nutcracker music, huh?
No. I actually ran to get my white tights on.
Yes, we're all wearing white tights, right? We can say we're wearing anything, doing anything. Nobody can see us. Once again, Alain is shaking his head at me.
No, it's just I'm wearing my normal pants and I call them tight.
Nice. Hey, you joined the club, right? Join the club of tight pants, the traveling tight pants. That's us. Well, we digress, right? We're talking about the Nutcracker. I mean, we've done this before, but this is really a special time for the Nutcracker here in Toledo and with the Symphony and with the Toledo Ballet. So much to talk about. But before we get to all that, as you all know, we've done your stories in the past. We do a story where you tell us something about yourself. We get to know you a little bit. So we're going to do a tag team Nutcracker story, right? So we go around the room, and you can tag out to the person next to you when you don't want to talk anymore, right? But you have to at least say one sentence. And this is the story of the Nutcracker.
I think Eric needs to start.
Oh, no, I want to start. Can I start?
Rachel wants to start.
Yeah, Rachel will start. We'll say
it's
we'll
like
say the best for last.
Nutcracker.
Okay. Lovely music. All right, take it away, Rachel. Story of the Nutcracker.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house. Oh.
That's the wrong Nutcracker. No,
It could work, right?
Yeah, it works. It works.
So, Natalie, you're in.
Okay. Is this supposed to be serious?
Well, I mean, as serious as you want to be.
Okay. It was the night before Christmas, right? And sibling rivalry was running through the house with Clara and her brother Fritz.
Okay. Your turn, Alain.
Oh, well, as you know, Fritz stole the Nutcracker from Clara, and he ran all over the stage with it, and the head of the Nutcracker fell, and it rolled right into the
orchestra pit.
What happened then?
You guys have done this before.
My ear is glued to the radio. Totally.
Eric?
Oh, yeah, Eric. Your turn, Eric.
So we all know the whimsical Godfather Drosselmeyer jumps into the orchestra pit, retrieves the head, and repairs it, and gives it back to Clara, who's happy. And then the party starts to end, and everyone goes. And then Clara comes back into the room, gets her doll, falls asleep on the couch, and then watches the entire room start to grow. So the tree starts to grow, she starts to shrink down to the size of a nutcracker, and then a giant battle ensues.
Wow.
And Rachel. This is Rachel now.
I want to see this Nutcracker, totally.
Oh, you'll get to pretty soon. Well, hopefully not all of it. She's watching this, and then all of a sudden there is a huge battle that happens, and there are mice and rats and kings and queens and cheese wheels and beds and cannonballs and little tiny little mice who can't see very well, and then Natalie
I was listening.
also fall into the...
We were so invested in your story
Well,
that we...
the Nutcracker is the hero of our story, and so he
little
steps
bit.
up and he executes the Mouse King.
Wow, that's so strong. Strong words.
All right, he makes him go away, and
I'm triggered right now.
yeah, and all the mice scatter.
I keep forgetting Eric's on the phone. Hey, Eric. Okay, so
Repeat the delivery guy.
we've performed the, what is it, the Mouse King? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where we are. All right, Alain,
Yeah.
pick it
And
up.
the magic starts
But
happening.
let's take another angle.
Is this
As
the Canadian version?
No, as the Mouse King is the true hero of this story.
Oh.
The Rat King, yes, is actually a martyr because now he's gone. So all the mouse that decide that they will want to dance, and they will want to catch Clara, and they will catch a Nutcracker, and they all gather together, and they prepare an army of all these rats, and then
Okay.
This is great. I think we should just spend the whole podcast making up our own Nutcracker story.
Okay, so the rats.
Right.
They're mice.
Why are we following the story of the rats? Where's the
Nutcracker, the
Nutcracker?
Mouse King.
The secret of Nim.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Clara kills the Mouse King with her shoe, actually, and then rescues
Take it back to the
rescues the Nutcracker, the Nutcracker prince, who then sweeps her off her feet through a swirling blizzard, and then Eric.
the magical lady.
You're up, Eric.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to have to get a lot of snow for that blizzard. Natalie, we got to get on that. So then the prince, he's transformed into a handsome, dashing young prince. And then they dance this beautiful paradise to the land of the frosted snow. And they're greeted by the amazing snowflakes. And then
Those amazing
that goes
snowflakes.
and that goes into Act 2.
Oh, okay.
The
Act
end,
2.
yes.
No,
I think that's it.
No, Act 2. Wait, isn't Act 2 where they go to the fairyland and there's
Yes.
all the different
Dancing
coffees and
candies.
candies?
That's my favorite.
I mean, yeah.
Well, they also use that instrument called, I think, the Celesta that Tchaikovsky had discovered in Paris. And so he uses that for the sugar plum, I think. Is that right, Alain?
oh yes.
Yeah. And if it's not right, we'll say it's right.
It is.
I do that all the time, every
Definitely
day. Let's go around and talk about a little bit of your involvement with the Nutcracker. Natalie, for instance, was a party girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
You started as a party girl. Let's dig into the party girl
Okay.
factor. Okay.
Woohoo!
Natalie, tell us about your experience as a party girl in Nutcracker.
Well, it is usually the first role that you get to be in a Nutcracker production. It's a lot of acting, not so much dancing, but a lot of acting. And it's just really fun because you get to dress up in pretty dresses, and you're acting out being part of a big elaborate Christmas party. So it's the fun part of being a kid around Christmas, and you get to act it out every night on stage. So
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, the party scene that you're talking about, is that like the Mother Ginger thing, or is that a different part
So
of it?
the opening scene of the Nutcracker is Clara's family hosts a big Christmas party, and all their friends come to the party, and they dance around, and that's where Drosselmeyer gives the gifts, which is what introduces the Nutcracker. So
Yeah. See, I obviously don't know the story, even though I'm still on the Rat King here.
there are more exciting parts than the Christmas party scene, yes.
Yeah, well, this is a special Nutcracker for many reasons. One of the reasons is, of course, the pandemic. I mean, now you're back in full force with the symphony and with the ballet. Looking at your press release, it says to showcase inclusivity, live music, new choreography. You have a choreographer for this, right? Eric, do you want to tell us about this particular production?
Yeah, so we have Eris Nezha, who is here choreographing the Nutcracker, and we've been working here since September, getting the show up and running. It's pretty traditional. You know, we're going to follow the traditional story with all the characters and the dances and the divertissements, but we're also adding some fun, little extra surprises. Specifically, there's something that I'm not going to say now, but I will keep the audience trying to figure it out. There's that scene in Party Scene where you have the Columbine and the Harlequin doll, because Godfather Drosselmeyer, as the whimsical toy maker that he is, brings all these gifts, life-size gifts, to entertain all the guests. But there's another surprise that's coming out that I won't say, that our choreographer had wanted to be in the show, which I think is very cute, and I think the audience is really going to like it.
Does everybody here know what he's talking about?
Yes.
The secret surprise? You know about it?
We do.
Am I the only person here who doesn't know what you're talking about?
Yes. That feel.
Nice. Anyway, Eric, carry on.
So yeah, along those lines, we're going to be going into just a pretty good traditional Nutcracker, representing different divertissements from the land of the sweets to entertain and dance for Clara. Hot chocolate from Spain, coffee from Arabia, tea from China, the Merlotons, Mother Ginger with her little ginger snaps, and then the finale begins with, the Sugar Plum Fairy, the Cavalier, and she awakens from her dream at the very end. So it's pretty traditional. With every choreographer has their own ideas and their own way of moving and trying to translate the story. And it's going to be a really nice production this year, and everyone, I hope, will go out and run and get some tickets, because they are selling fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do want to mention that the concert is happening. Well, there's a sold-out performance already the morning of Friday, December 9th, but Saturday, December 10th at 2 o'clock and 7 p.m., and then Sunday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. This is at the Stranahan Theater. So if you want more information, you can visit ToledoBallet.com, or you can stop by the Tapa box office, or give them a call at 419-246-8000 if you want to get those tickets that Eric is talking about. It's really kind of like the premier event of the season, right? There's so much stuff going on nowadays, but Nutcracker is a chance for people to see a ballet for the first time, and to actually get a taste of what it's all about. Alain, I'm going to hand the floor over to you, because you look like you have something you want to say about it.
Well, I'm just so excited that we're back and playing, because we spent, during the worst of COVID, we had to play. The orchestra was playing, but on our recording that we made from the last time before COVID. So finally, this is the first year we're able to be back in the pit and collaborate live with the dancers and the two art forms, and that's what we're all about. I mean, we want, the collaboration between dance and music, and it's something special. You have the stage. It's like, it's special. And, people in the orchestra, some have been playing this for 40 years. And each year they come in the pit, big smile, super happy. It brings you back automatically to that place. Sometimes we have our jobs during the day. We have, and then you arrive at night and you go watch Nutcracker. You go play in it, and it brings you back to that place of innocence and youth and the marvel that you have in the Nutcracker, and that Tchaikovsky depicts so well with his music. And with dancers, it's really magical. I mean, if you ever wonder if there's magic in the arts, you go see Nutcracker, and there's no question after that.
Yeah, definitely a suspension of time and space.
Oh, absolutely.
Enveloped by the wonderful music, but the dancing too. Really see the rest of the story.
When sometimes you smell something and it brings you back to a time, special time. You hear the first notes of Nutcracker and brings you back to all the best that this season has to offer.
Wonderful. So let's talk about the inclusivity aspect of the production. You have some guest artists that are joining the company for this performance.
Yes. So we have DeMarco Sleeper. We have a number of guest artists, but in particular, DeMarco Sleeper joined Toledo Ballet with the Dancing Wheels Company back in April, and he will be making an appearance on stage. And DeMarco is a non-ambulatory dancer, so that will be really special. Hopefully, that wasn't the surprise Eric was referring to earlier. I don't think it was. So we believe that this is the first time that a dancer in a wheelchair will be featured in the production. And then we also have a member of our adaptive dance program. Her name is Avon, and Avon will be in the party scene. And this is also one of the first times that a member of the adaptive dance program has been featured as a member of the cast for Nutcracker. So we're very proud of that. And Ann Heckler, who's the director of the adaptive dance program, plays Avon's mom on stage during the party scene. So it's a special time for Avon and for Ann and for all of us. And we're just really looking forward to the magic that we know is going to be brought to the program and to Avon in particular. So it's going to be really special.
It sounds like there are so many different elements going into this production of the Nutcracker. I wish there were more performances. There's only 4 of them. And like Eric said, the tickets are selling out. So we gotta get in there. Yeah, right.
Nutcracker on tour.
Nutcracker 83.
Yeah.
Because this is 82, right?
Correct. That's right.
I mean, we've said it before, but we should reiterate the fact that this is the oldest running Nutcracker in the business. I mean, it really set the tone for all the other performances that have followed in its wake.
We will not let San Francisco take that title.
Yeah.
It's ours.
Yes, it's
and
a
then
fight.
Even in our region, we're the only Nutcracker that performs with live orchestra in Northwest Ohio.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
yeah.
That is true.
That's wonderful. You got any more of those, Natalie? I want to hear them.
I don't
Any
think so.
more
I think we
tidbits?
covered all of the
Sorry.
recent.
I just wanted to do a quick shout out. We also have a gentleman, Stuart James, who is going to be playing Mother
Oh,
Ginger.
yes. Thank you so much.
Now that you mentioned Mother Ginger, I'm still waiting for my invitation. I haven't had it. The last 3 years I've been asking about Mother Ginger.
Okay,
Shame
Brad, you're
on
up
us.
next year.
You put me in the docket? Okay.
Yeah.
So Stuart James is the executive director of the Ability Center, and we've been partnering with the Ability Center more and more recently. We had their support for the Dancing Wheels Gala back in April, so we're really excited to have Stuart be one of our Mother Gingers. I think he's Sunday afternoon. Yeah. So Mother Ginger, Brad, you might be a wee bit tall.
Really?
I think that's why.
Oh, there are height restrictions.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a tall platform, and then you have to also wear a headpiece. So
Oh.
it just keeps going
So
up.
you'd be like, getting tangled in the rafters.
Oh, believe me, I did lots of crazier stuff than that when I was singing.
Though there
stage.
are some Mother Gingers that instead of being on a platform are on stilts. So if you want to sign a liability waiver,
and go through a few months of training.
we can
Yeah.
make that happen next year.
Totally. I get the idea you're trying to scare me off of this thing. Yeah. Okay. I
it's-
take it back now.
It's really fun, and it is a role. Maybe Eric can elaborate a little bit more, but it is a role that is traditionally played by a man for a variety of reasons.
Okay, well, I tick that box.
We're trying to talk them into it or out
That's
of it.
my qualification right there. Enough about me. So I have a quiz that I wanted to put out there. This is called the Pop Up Plié Quiz. You know what a plié is, right? It's where. What is a plié? Tell us, Natalie. You're the ballet expert here.
Ooh, I don't know what the exact translation is. Maybe Eric can.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Eric
is it to
again.
bend?
To bend.
To bend. So
Yeah.
you imagine standing and bending both of your knees evenly at the same time. There's a demi plie, which is where you go about halfway down, and then there's a grand plie where you go all the way down and then come back up to standing.
Yeah.
It's-
Eric was like,
Oh.
It's a fold.
Is it a fold?
It's a
Well,
fold.
oh, we
Should've
forgot.
asked
He
someone.
speaks French.
I'm Frenchman.
Okay. Okay.
There you go, a fold, which is
Well,
weird because
which-
that doesn't really make sense.
No,
but-
it does with what you said. It's fold.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
You'll probably get the first question right in my quiz.
I have no
then.
idea.
Let me pull up a little music for it.
Okay. What?
Was that the
Here we
first
go.
question in your quiz? What's the translation of play?
Here's the first question. What language are ballet terms in?
Oh,
Yeah, we're writing them down.
Oh, we're writing
Oh,
them
don't
down.
spoil it. Don't spoil
Sorry.
it. Because
Everybody
nobody
knew
knew what
that.
it was.
Québécois. Okay.
All right, I won't say them anymore out loud.
Okay, which ballet movement means step of the cat?
Oh, I know that.
Pas de chat.
Okay. No!
We're
You
right.
can't answer yet.
I think we should just call it out
Okay.
because
we'll
we're
just
all
call
very
it out.
excited and
Free-for-all.
competitive.
Pas de chat. Who? Step of the cat. Okay. So
Yeah.
what is a pas de chat? Do you act like a cat?
Lift up
It's-
one leg into a retiré, the other leg follows through a retiré, say into a fifth position.
Your
Pas de
Merlitons has
chat.
gone into like
I know.
quadruple time.
It's an
sorry.
experiment.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
it's
he's supposed to
trying
bring
to-
on the pressure?
Yeah, exactly.
Answer faster.
So what are we talking about? Oh, the
So the
quiz.
pas de chat.
Yeah, pas de chat.
It's a jump where you jump and bend one leg, put it down, and then simultaneously lift your other leg. Dancers
Wow.
constantly demonstrate with their hands and their
Yeah.
arms because it's easier
Which
than using
works
your feet.
great on radio. Anyway, okay,
Okay.
pas de chat.
Well,
All
I
right.
guess it's two passes.
Yeah,
Two
that's right.
passes.
It's two passes in the air before you land. So
Yeah.
it's passe, land.
Oh, okay.
If you know what a passe is, then there you go.
No, I won't be doing that anytime soon. Okay. Now, Alain is here, so he'll get this. Who founded the famous Ballet Russe in Paris? Who was the founder of
Oh, I
that?
watched that documentary.
And
I
we're
can't
just
remember.
shouting it
We're
out
shouting
now.
it out. So go for it.
Oh, I can't remember who it was.
And Eric, you can play too
It was
at
a great
home.
documentary, though.
Yeah.
Eric,
All right,
Sorry,
let's
what's the
who
question?
Diaghilev.
Again?
founder of the Ballet Russes.
Yeah, Diaghilev. Sergei Diaghilev.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it.
Okay, which King Louis popularized ballet in France?
14.
Louis XIV, also known as the Sun King. Yeah, very good. The Nutcracker Ballet was first performed where? Where was it performed? The theater in the town.
German? Oh,
No,
theater in
it
German.
was definitely.
Mariinsky, Moscow.
Not Moscow.
Mariinsky Theater.
Mariinsky is not in
St.
Moscow.
Petersburg.
St.
St.
Petersburg.
Petersburg.
Yeah, St. Petersburg, that's right. Okay, our music is at a frenetic pace
Yeah,
now.
I don't.
Giving me
you-
anxiety.
Are
Yes.
you? Yeah? Okay.
It's working. Your experiment is working.
Yeah, but we don't want to cause any seizures or anything. Like they have that, that thing at the beginning that says it's strobe lights in use. That's the audio equivalent of a strobe light.
Mm-hmm.
Strobe light.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me pull up something else here.
Okay.
All right.
So slow.
Yeah, it is slow. Well, everything is slow after the piece
This
we
doesn't
just
sound
had.
slow to me.
That's because
Okay.
you're a
'Cause
dancer.
I'm thinking of the choreography.
Okay, so picking up, what is the name of the character who's the lead dancer in the ballet Swan Lake? Does anybody know who the
Odette, no deal.
Odette
And
Siegfried.
Siegfried?
Wait.
Yes.
Oh, maybe I wasn't listening to the question.
the
sorry.
main character.
The main character.
Yeah, well, who's the main
There's
character
several.
in Swan Lake? I don't know Swan Lake, the ballet.
Odette.
Are you kidding?
Odette.
Odette, yeah.
Oh.
That's what I was going for.
Oh, okay.
Odette. The princess. Okay. Now here's a thought
Right,
experiment. You hear Prokofiev's music, you're dancing barefoot with a broom, and you've just watched your stepsisters take a dance lesson. What character are you?
Cinderella.
Yay,
Yay.
Cinderella.
Yay, I got an obvious one.
Okay. In 1913, this ballet caused people to riot in
Rite
the
of
Spring.
streets. Rite of Spring. Where was it?
Paris.
That's
Paris.
in Paris.
Yeah, in Paris at the
Châtelet.
Ballet Russe.
Châtelet Theater.
Who was the choreographer?
Oh,
Oh.
It starts with Nijinsky. Or actually ends with Nijinsky.
starts with N and finishes with Ijinsky.
And Nijinsky. Okay. I mean, a lot of people have said that the choreography was part of the problem, that it was very primitive. And
That's absolutely true.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that people didn't quite expect that to happen. Anyway, plus they were rioting in the streets like every week in Paris. I mean, Diaghilev
I
was...
think that's a fable, though. I don't think there was actually a riot.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe there was a little thrown tomato here or there, but
But the thing is that would not be so
Cherry
unusual
tomatoes.
at that time.
yeah.
You know?
But I think it's a story we tell again and again and again that we just believe it, but I don't think there was
You're completely
actually
describing my career in a nutshell there. Completely.
Oh, no.
All right, I have some more questions here.
Yeah, we're ready.
In which country did ballet originate?
Russia.
Where was ballet created during the Renaissance? In
Oh.
what
Italy?
country? In Italy.
Huh?
Yeah, very good.
Question mark?
Yeah, Catherine de Medici brought
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
the French court when she married Henry.
She was a
II.
piece of work.
Yeah. So, but she's responsible for bringing ballet to France, and they just took that football and ran with it, right? Yeah. So, here's a question. What does it mean to add batterie to your petit allegro? Does anybody get that? Because
Battery?
yeah, if you add batterie to your
Like-
petit
Like
allegro,
double A's or triple A's?
That's what I was like.
Like the little
Very
Energizer
nice.
bunny.
exactly. That's a ballet, the Energizer Ballet, right?
So maybe beats?
Yeah, you beating your legs in the air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you okay, tell me if this makes sense. To beat your legs in the air so that you switch which leg is coming in front before you land in your final position.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
To the ballet mafia here?
Yes, it does.
Because I don't. It's
There
all
are
Greek
also
to me.
there are also non-changing beats.
What's the most complicated ballet move you can think of that has a name?
Gagliard.
There's-
Cocksley-Hats are hard.
Yeah.
That's
It
making the
depends
rounds
because
on
it's
social media.
For women and for men, they differ. I would say fouette turns are hard for anyone in general, but also Italian fouettes and probably tricks that these guys are doing nowadays. I see
Mhm.
all over social media. They're doing these incredible jumps called 540s. And they're actually, that was big about 20 years ago. Now they're taking these 540 tricks and they're like elaborating even more on them. And it almost looks like they when you watch a male figure skater go up into those, like, what are those called? Quads, those jumps,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
axles.
Whoa.
And they do that to the front, to the back. It's really impressive. So I know that all those tricks take lots of practice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're not going to see any of that, though, as a Nutcracker, right?
No, we might.
You might?
We might from our guest artists.
We-
Is that the
might.
surprise? I'm going to find out what this surprise is before the end of the...
As long as we don't see them super close in the pit, we're okay.
Yeah, as long as they land on the stage, right? Yeah. Okay, I've got one last question, and this I got off of Twitter. I'm going to ask you each to answer the question. How many ballet dancers does it take to change a light bulb? Okay, so that's your question. Let me hear what your answer is, Rachel.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, that's really cute. That's
Wow.
really cute.
Oh.
Okay, your turn, Natalie.
Well, my answer is not too many because
Oh.
because that's what the director of business operations is for.
That's
Very
a good
nice.
one.
Yeah, did you guys get that question
Yes,
beforehand?
they
or
got
what?
it.
Yes.
I told them,
Okay.
Alain, you have to just make something up on the spot. But
Well,
if you
well,
say it in
well,
French, we won't
No,
know what it is.
no. I have an answer, and from my experience, none, because they asked the orchestra conductor to change the light bulb, change the tempo, change everything.
That's good.
Excellent.
I love it.
Excellent. Vanessa, what do you
I
have?
don't have anything nearly as witty, but I would say a prima ballerina in arabesque and her partner to spin her around.
Okay.
Oh, she's being
Oh,
serious.
that's
And Eric, you get the penultimate word before I tell you what the true answer is.
I would say all of Toledo Ballet because we are a family.
Aw.
Families
Good
change light
job.
bulbs
I love
together.
the students there. I love all the students there and all the volunteers and everyone. It's been such a pleasure. Exciting, scary, but good and a lot of fun. So I'm really excited.
Very good.
Yay.
Well, you want to hear the punchline that I had selected for this joke?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. How many ballet dancers does it take to change a light bulb? The answer is none, because it's not in their contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Nobody came up with that. But
That's a
your
good
answers
one.
were actually, I mean, They were more
I
ballet
went on
centric.
Google this morning.
I like Natalie's answer though. It was pretty clever.
Yeah, that was
Not
good.
too many.
Now, the 5, 6, 7, 8, was that a Laverne and Shirley
I like-
reference,
I
or
love
was
that. That's so cute.
She definitely Googled that one because
yeah.
I came up with it. I was gonna say
Yeah.
it if no one else
Oh,
did.
that was the Shemizel Shemazel. I was like, what is that
Absolute
reference?
Incorporated.
it those of us of a certain generation, right? We can understand, remember all of that stuff. So let's talk about something else that has a great importance when it comes to putting on Nutcracker, and that is like all the volunteers and all the people that are working behind the scenes to make this happen. Eric, you want to jump in here and talk about that relationship?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, it's like Alain said, it takes the village. We all know that saying. It's really important that we have our volunteers at the ballet to help us put these productions together and everything that entails the productions, from little events like the Tea with Clara, actually a big event like the Tea with Clara, and the parade that we did, photo shoots that we're doing. It really, they're the heart and soul of the organization. And without the volunteers, we couldn't do what we do. It would not be a success. We would be scrambling, because what I do is I'm primarily working with the students, choreographing, directing, mentoring, teaching, and then there's everything else that goes on top of it. But we are very grateful with the volunteers and the Ballet Guild with all of the work they've done this year and previous years, and hopefully continuing moving forward. For any production, it's everything. From costumes to scenic design. And we have a gentleman, Chris Burrell, who's just been fantastic. He has built us a float. He's built us along with Lisa Cage and others. And I'm sorry if I'm forgetting your names right now, but they built this incredible, beautiful, the Hubbles. And yeah, they have been, I'm not going to give any more secrets away, I promise, but they did build this really amazing set piece that you will see that's completely new this year, that you will see in new addition to the show. So without all of their hard work, it's really, we can't. So we're all so grateful to the volunteers. Thank you.
Yay! So what's this surprise you've been talking about?
No, we're not telling you.
No, you have to come
You have
to the
to come.
show.
Gotta buy a ticket.
All right. Speaking of which, if folks want to find more information about Nutcracker, ToledoBallet.com is the place to go. Check it out. You can also call the box office, get those last-minute tickets at 419-246-8000. Now, we've got a full house in here. Natalie is here, and Rachel is here, Alain is here, Vanessa is here, and Otto is on the phone. Eric Otto. I knew that was going to happen. I would call you Otto instead of Eric.
No, you can call me Otto. My Twyla Tharp always called me Otto, so it's kind of like a little nickname.
I'd be in good company. Okay, Otto. I forgot what I was going to ask. What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, we have a full house. Why are you all here? What is your job as far as working with the Nutcracker folks?
So actually, this year, I will play a more active role in our backstage operations, which I'm really excited about because that's always been my favorite part of dancing in the Nutcracker, is like the magic that happens backstage right before the curtain opens.
I thought that's where they keep the snacks too, right?
There are also snacks. We got to energize our dancers. But so I'll be taking more of an active part backstage, making sure things flow seamlessly during the shows and rehearsals. And so we'll get to watch from the wings this year, which is also very special.
Yeah. What about you, Rachel? Have you ever danced on the ballet stage? I'm curious.
No.
That would be a no. Totally. Whoops. Censor without the censor, right? So what are you doing this time of year?
I don't know. I don't even know why I'm here.
Rachel's
so join the club.
Rachel's holding it all together. She's making sure everybody is where they need to be when they need to be there.
That is what I try and have. My job, I see my job as trying to make sure that everybody has what they need to get their job done. So,
You facilitate. everybody else.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Try.
She's
Elaine,
been
we know what
wonderful.
you do. We'll skip to Vanessa.
Changes all the light bulbs.
Yeah, exactly.
So in this particular production, as Eric mentioned, everybody kind of has their own version, or sometimes the divertissements will be in different orders. So I worked with the choreographer to just make sure that we knew the order of everything, and made the cut sheet for the orchestra to let them know maybe we won't play these 2 bars, or we're going to play the divertissements in this order. So I worked on that, and I think Nutcracker is the piece of music I know the best out of any repertoire I've ever played. So
that Waltz of the Flowers with all the horns.
Yeah,
playing.
that's not my favorite, but it is very
Denied.
iconic.
Oh well.
Vanessa, how many times do you think you've played the Nutcracker?
Probably between 350 and 400 times. Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many times have you conducted it, Alain?
Oh, not that many, maybe 100 times.
How many times have you guys seen it?
Oh, I have never seen it.
They don't watch the show online. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we do want to mention this will also be streaming, right, Vanessa?
That's true. Oh, thank you for mentioning that. Yes, we'll be live streaming both Saturday performances, the 2 p.m. and the 7 p.m., because we do a little bit of cast alternation, so we want to make sure we got both casts on our live stream. And then those will be up on demand a couple days after. We like to just freshen it up with the tops and tails on the video, so we'll cut out some of the curtain stuff, and then they'll be available on demand afterwards.
But the snacks will still be there, right?
You got to go to the Stranahan for snacks, or you can have your own snacks at home. Maybe
You can do both. Now, the streaming, is that in real time, or is it going to be available then?
Yep, it's live streamed at 2 and 7 on Saturday, and then it will be available on demand afterwards.
Okay. Well, if people are interested in that option, that is at the TAPA streaming website, which is stream.artstoledo.com. You can also go in person, of course, or you can do both.
You can.
Go
You can
to the 2 o'clock and watch the 7 o'clock online.
Absolutely. Can never get enough.
So if you have been following along, you know that we're talking about the Nutcracker, and the performances are happening at the Stranahan Theater Saturday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock p.m. an evening, and Sunday afternoon, December 11th at 2 o'clock p.m. Alain Trudel with the Toledo Symphony Orchestra and the Toledo Ballet. You can find more information by calling up the box office at 419-246-8000 or going to toledoballet.com. This program is a production of WGTE Public Media in collaboration with our sponsor, the Toledo Symphony. You can download episodes as a podcast by going to our website at wgte.org/lab. You can also subscribe to us through your podcast app of choice, including Apple, Google, and Spotify podcasts. Don't forget to check out all the upcoming events at the Symphony by visiting their website at toledosymphony.com and their various social media outlets on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find the TSO streaming platform online at stream.artstoledo.com. My thanks to Natalie Frushour, Rachel Schultz, Vanessa Gardner, and our phone guest, Eric Otto. Also thanks to our intrepid leader, Alain Trudel, who joined us for the podcast. I'm Brad Cresswell. This has been Toledo Symphony Lab from FM 91.